Colorado is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, as Mr. Goldman mentioned, I represent Boulder, Colorado in the Congress. I live in Boulder County. My wife and I are incredibly blessed and lucky to be raising our family in this community. Last week, I introduced a bipartisan resolution denouncing this heinous anti-Semitic terror attack in my community, H.R. 476, a resolution that makes clear that we stand with the Jewish people, the Jewish community, a resolution that explicitly calls for us to do more to address the scourge of anti-Semitism. Mr. Speaker, that resolution is broadly supported by the members of Colorado's congressional delegation. Colorado has 8 federal lawmakers here in Washington. 6 of the 8 joined that resolution. I want to thank Republican Representative Jeff Crank, and I want to thank Republican Representative Jeff Hurd for doing the right thing and joining that resolution so that we could speak in one voice in denouncing this attack. There were 2 members of Colorado's entire congressional delegation who refused to join this resolution. And one of them, Mr. Gabe Evans of Colorado, instead decided to introduce the resolution that the House is going to consider today. This resolution is not bipartisan. It's not carried by the member who represents this community. A first, by the way, Mr. Speaker, in the precedence of this House, that the majority would not give the representative who represents the victims the opportunity to speak on behalf of their community. But Mr. Evans decided to proceed anyway. And of course, because Mr. Evans does not represent this community, the resolution that he's introduced is riddled with inaccuracies. That's not a surprise. It's why it's important for members who represent communities that are besieged by tragedies like this one to have the opportunity to introduce a resolution and have that resolution considered on the floor. Let me give you some examples, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Evans' resolution claims that there were 14 victims of this attack. He is wrong. There are 15 victims. Maybe he got that from Google or found it in a newspaper article. But had he been involved in the conversations with law enforcement, as I have, he would know that there were 15 victims of this terrible attack. It's poor decorum to ask this body to vote on a resolution that lists the wrong number of victims. They are my constituents. They are real people who were burned half to death by a terrorist 7 days ago. The least you can do is list the right number. The resolution also says, Mr. Evans, and I quote, that reportedly, one victim was a Holocaust survivor. She's not reportedly a survivor. She is a Holocaust survivor. There's no doubt to that. There's no allegation to that. I know because she's my constituent. The word reportedly should be struck from this resolution. My colleague's resolution, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Evans' resolution, I want to be clear, because we're considering multiple resolutions today, so I'm talking about the resolution from Mr. Gabe Evans of Colorado, does not mention once, not once, the Boulder Police Department, the officers that I represent who put their lives on the line to save members of the community 7 days ago. The resolution that Mr. Evans has offered doesn't mention the FBI once, not once, whose swift response was so integral. The only law enforcement agency that Mr. Evans mentions is ICE, the one agency that was not in Boulder that day. We should have the decency to recognize the Boulder Police Department and the officers that I represent that put their lives on the line 7 days ago. It's the least we can do. And we have a resolution that does that in a bipartisan way. And had the House majority, the Republicans, done what Republicans and Democrats in this chamber have done since time immemorial, since I've served in this body, which is allow a member to put his resolution to the floor for a vote, mistakes like this wouldn't happen. Now, I know an earlier version of this resolution that Mr. Evans introduced. He tweeted about it. He talked about the fact that this was because Colorado was a sanctuary state. He's removed that language from this resolution. So I am heartened that he now concedes that's an inaccurate claim, that language is not in this resolution. But in times like these, I would have hoped that my colleagues would be willing to come together to properly honor the victims, to condemn anti-Semitism, as I have said and as our resolution does. It's not hard to do the right thing, Mr. Speaker. And the question that Mr. Evans should answer is why? Why not join his two other Republican colleagues in Colorado and join the bipartisan resolution that thanks the Boulder Police Department, that thanks the FBI? The purpose of these resolutions is to unite the Congress, not divide it, to unite us in condemning violent attacks like these, to make clear that we stand with the Jewish community today and always, and that we will be there for them in the weeks and months ahead. Mr. Speaker, I encourage you, read the resolution that Mr. Evans introduced. You will not find a single reference, not one, to the victims' families, the people I met with over the weekend, the people I marched with. Nothing in Mr. Evans' resolution about standing with the Jewish people. Nothing. The word Jewish is mentioned once in this resolution. The terrorist's name is mentioned 13 times. No mention of this being a hate crime. Nothing in the resolution about the anti-Semitism that's metastasizing across the country, that Mr. Van Drew and I agree is a scourge. Mr. Van Drew, so much of what you said is in my resolution, the bipartisan resolution that I introduced. None of it is in the one that Mr. Evans introduced. There's not one mention, Mr. Speaker, in his resolution of Run for Their Lives, the organization that was targeted by this terrorist. The organization that's been pushing for the release of the hostages. They couldn't include one reference to the organization that was targeted? One? I have served in this body, as I mentioned previously, Mr. Speaker, for 6.5 years. And I've seen a lot of partisan debate unfold on this floor. But I think it's disgraceful to not give my community an opportunity to see our resolution considered on this floor. I don't know how the Republican majority can force a vote on a resolution like this that gets so many of the basic facts wrong. I had hoped that my Republican colleagues would choose a different course, but they've yet to do so. There's still time. The Speaker, the Majority Leader, they could put our bipartisan resolution on the floor for a vote. They could fix the defects in the resolution that Mr. Evans has introduced. I would implore them to do so.
The gentleman
Yield back to the gentleman.
from